very interesting career. Like, I see that the three startups you worked at were acquired. Cyvantage was acquired by Refinitiv. Work Market was acquired by ADP, and then Currency Cloud was acquired by Visa, where you work now, which is a massive company. Like, can you share a little bit about what your experience was like navigating between those transitions? Are you like a transition or acquisition master, or like was it very bumpy? Like riff on that a little bit for us.
Sure. I can't say I'm an acquisition master or has been an acquisition master. I think I moved throughout my career and was fortunate enough to work with great teams and good companies that actually were headed for success. So I think I can't take that away and only speak for myself. I think it was an interesting journey for me from the perspective of I started as a hardcore lead gen demand gen person in the beginning of my career. I actually was fortunate enough that I got to try different things, like a little bit of event, a little bit of employee engagements and things like this, and I landed with lead gen programs and managing them really well. I have sort of went into work market as a demand gen expert. And I think from there on, the transition there was probably the most impactful and interesting to me because there firsthand I saw that switch over from startup and hyper growth, driving lots of demand, and then they're getting ready for some kind of exit, and they're
Mm-hmm.
switching over to brand building. From demand gen engine has built, everything's great. Now it's time to build the brand and do media and PR and all those things. And I think being a young marketer at that time, I didn't always quite appreciate the effort it takes to build a brand. I think I came there with a mindset of if I can't track it, I'm not gonna do it.
Hmm.
Um, which is again, every performance marketer would probably relate to something like
Mm.
this. And then from there on, and now in my role at Visa, a lot of my work is very much around building the brand and the awareness. And I thoroughly appreciate the the impact that brand awareness brings and the effort that it takes to build it.
Very cool. Currency Cloud, I feel like grew really fast. Like you were there for quite a bit of time, but I'm sure, from however many people there were when you started to reaching 700, but then you reached like a whole new scale when you got to Visa, like 30K plus people at the mothership now. What was like the first moment where you realized when you joined Visa where you're like, shit, I'm not in startup anymore. Like this is a different game.
That's an interesting question. So I think um, the first moment anybody realizes they are working for a large corporate company is when they come across a new vendor that they want to explore and potentially work with, a new contract that they want to sign, or the speed at which you're used to putting out the marketing campaigns, even as simple as social graphics in the startup environment. You'd probably go put something together on Canva. You know what good enough is, and just post it. Where I think very quickly we realize, okay, no, actually everything needs to be approved by legal. Um, and then maybe again, I'm not 100% sure, but since we're a financial regulated entity, maybe the rules are slightly different and a little bit stricter for us. But that I think was the first moment where you're like, oh, wow, it is going to take us a few months to put together a marketing campaign, not a few weeks. Um, I mean, for all the right reasons, but nonetheless, it's that initial shock of um, how much effort and how long everything takes.
Mm-hmm.